guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a quick shop tools video. My wife picked this up for me today at our local Princess Auto store. Here in Canada it's Princess Auto. I guess the US equivalent would be their Harbor Freight, but this happens to be our maple syrup flavored brand over here. Same idea, it's offshore imports, inexpensive. Actually it's the same brand as well, this is Powerfist, which is their lower brand, but my lift table is a ProPoint, so that's their higher end, better China stuff. Anyways, we'll do a quick unboxing here. It ain't gonna be pretty, it's just gonna be quick. Cut the tape off the top already, so we'll just get into the sides here. I cut the cardboard down for the recycle bin anyways, so. Got a cord. This is a 15 and 20 amp version. It's got different duty cycles depending on what amperage you're running at. That's going to be the plasma torch. Oh, it's got a decent sized cord, nice and thick. Let's get that unzipped here. You need a lightsaber to get into this thing. You need a plasma cutter to get in here. Okay. Nice big thick heavy cord, like 6 feet long or so. It's got an adapter on the end, so this would be a 15 amp plug, 110 volt 15 amp. That's an adapter, so you can go to see the weird ends on it. That's a 20 amp 115 plug. So we're just going to try it out. Nice and thin material here. I think it'll cut up to about 3/8. It's pretty heavy. Got a manual. Oh, it's pretty light. Get rid of this mess. Some more feet. Where's the end? There's the end. Not sure what it weighs, but it's not a lot. Pretty light. I don't do a lot of it, but it's a lot of cutting. But it's sure handy to have something like this. So just real quick on the back of the machine here. Power in, on-off switch, and the standard air fitting. That's not the kind I use here. I need to make an adapter to run on my the standard cord that the standard fitting I use is much bigger than that. But we'll figure that out in a sec. On the front of the panel, there's I can get you zoomed in a little bit there. When I'm standing in front of the camera, I always turn it the wrong way. So that's an overheat indicator. That's your correct voltage indicator, and that looks like it's got the proper circuit indicator. I haven't even started it up yet. There's a yellow side of the dial here, and that would be your 15 amp area, your range. And if you want to go heavier, you'd go into the gray area here, and you'd need a 20 amp plug for that. So one of these is going to be a ground. Let's get that figured out here. Get you zoomed out again because you're too far in. Here's our ground cable. Here's our work cable. More junk. Get out of there. It's got a special wrench in there. Oh, it's a nice fancy wrench. It doesn't say Mac or Snap-on on it, but I mean, it's shiny. Yeah, That's a nice long cord on this. It's huge. Okay. Got a guard here so you can't accidentally hit the button. Okay. Let's get this on there. Nice that it's got a protector. I'm going to hang on to that in case I store it without having the protector on it, or without having it attached to the machine. So it's got a locator dowel, make sure that's in the correct position. Get the threader on. Nice and snug. Get our ground on there. More garbage packed up everywhere. Twist ties. Here's our ground. It's a small little lug. Get it lined up. Twist her up. Tighten it up. Nice and tight. That's very similar to my TIG welder. So you attach your ground to whatever you're gonna cut. Not wreck that. Cut a little piece of steel and a little piece of aluminum. See how that goes. We're just gonna run it on 110, 15 amp, because it's very thin, and I don't have a 20 amp plug installed yet. I will eventually. I'll get there, but not right now. So let me get an adapter figured out for the back of the unit where I have to plug my air in. I'll turn the camera back on in a sec. Okay, I got my fittings figured out, and here's what I've got. So this is the nipple fitting that comes on the machine, and this is the fitting I use in my shop. Way bigger. If you look at the hole size, there's a big difference there too. This one here, you run an impact gun on this thing, it's like nitrous for your impact tools. Everything runs faster, breathes better, and you get more power out of the same gun. So I'm reading the specs, and what I'll do is I'm going to flip these specs right here up on the screen for you. If you want to see them, you can pause them. Just pause the video if you like to see what's going on. What I'm reading here, the air pressure required is, what is it, 58? Yeah, 58 to 72. Some plasma cutters come with a built-in or an internal regulator. This one does not. So if you guys are buying a plasma cutter, see if there's a regulator required, buy it at the same time. I happen to have one in stock. So that's my inlet from the air hose from the compressor. I got it regulated to 65 pounds, and that's going to plug on the back of the machine. We're going to go with that. So let's get that plugged on there. Oh geez, don't drop it on the floor, it's brand new. Break it already. Okay, that's plugged on. Get our air line hooked up. Got an air leak at my regulator, not inside the machine. That's good. But with the regulator and all the fittings and everything there, it makes the machine a lot longer. I'm going to set this somewhere down in the about 3/4-ish. Well, see, I turned it right that time. I'm going to set it about here. We'll just see what happens. Yeah, and we'll try that. So let's get her plugged in. Where am I going to plug it in? Not quite long enough for there. Yeah, you know what? I'll just move it out of the way just a little bit. Let's see if I can get it plugged in a little closer. Oh, geez, man. This thing is so long now. Nope. That ain't going to reach. Well, we'll try this. It's a power bar, but we'll see. Oh, geez, just turn it around. I'll just turn everything around. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, everything's in a knot now. It's all in a knot. Yeah, set the camera up in a second. Now you can reach a plug directly on the wall, which is better. Not a power bar. Oh, I need a bigger shop. Where are we at? There we go. Now you can see. Now you can see. Get that stuff out of the way. She's plugged in. Let's turn it on. Woo! Cooling fan comes on. We got our voltage indicator. The green light's on, so we should be good to go. I'm gonna burn my cords and everything. Get them tucked out of the way for now. I got my ground hooked up, all I'm going to do is just give it a quick little psst across here. I get my gloves on, or one glove anyway. Plasma does create electric arc. You need to have eye protection, at least of number 5 shade. You will get sunburned if you don't protect yourself. Welder's flash from a plasma cutter. Alright, well, let's see what kind of disaster I create here. Well, that's not bad at all. That's me lifting. That's alright. Try it again, see if I get a one shot. That's a nice cut. Sure beats the Sawzall, a zip cut, or torches. Nice. Alright, one more. New toy, gotta try it. I think I could probably turn it down some. I'm going to go halfway, so it's going to be that's 10, 16, it's going to be like 13 amps. Well, that's enough. Well, 13 amps comes through like butter. This material is not overly thick. I'll measure it for you in a second. Air continues to run, cool the tip down. Let's get a caliper here and we'll measure it. Because it just flew through that. Very happy with that. What do we at here for thou? 75 thou? 74 and a half? That's 1.9 millimeters. Okay, let's see how it does in aluminum. So what do we got for aluminum here? We got some dirty old aluminum. It's 2 1/4 millimeters. 90 thou thick. Dirty. Let's see. Short pieces. I'm gonna give her a little more heat. Aluminum likes a little more heat because it absorbs heat a lot faster and disperses it. Ready? Go! See, that didn't cut through it, quite through it. A lot of dross, a lot of mess on the back of that. So let's give her the onions all the way up, as high as we can go on the 15 amp mode. This may require 20 amp. A little better, didn't quite sever it. Let that air blow in there, cool it a little bit. Let's cut it. It's just not a clean cut. You see a little bit of dross there, a little bit of slag. I wonder if it'll let me just go higher, even though I'm using the adapter. I'm about halfway in the gray right now. It's supposed to be on a 20 amp circuit, but it isn't, so we'll see how it works. That severed her. That aluminum just needs a little more heat. Still got a bit of slag on it, but not bad. Not too bad at all. Better than what I had yesterday, which was not a plasma cutter. I would have been cutting that with a sawzall or hacksaw. So overall, I'm happy with it. It was 350 bucks Canadian. Can't go wrong. I mean, it's not a professional machine. As long as you go into that knowing that, you can buy consumables for it. That's a big thing because plasma does eventually wear its parts. They are consumables, so you need to be able to replace them. So if you're buying a machine, make sure you can get your consumables down the road. Other than that, that's it. Plasma cutter, new to my shop, so that's a plasma now. I got a good Lincoln MIG welder. I've got a TIG welder that also does stick, so we're set. If anything needs to be cut and then welded back together, I got it covered. So thanks for joining me on this video, guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Do that subscribe button. Where is it? It's over here. Hit the little button, the little square thing somewhere over here. It says subscribe. And if you do subscribe, give that bell a click as well. It'll notify you when I upload new videos. Till the next one, guys, take care.